My Hero Academia 2 Hero is the newest film to come out recently. It's being limitedly released here in the US in some theaters. I got a chance to see it with a friend of mine, and we had a blast. The crowd was having such a good time. It was one of the most exciting times I think I had in a theater in quite a while. And the movie is about Zuko and All Might going to this facility, a floating city, you might say, to go meet up with an old friend of All Might and to go to this party that they're invited to. Along the way, the students of the school that they go to come here also for vacation, and it goes to shit. Basically, villains come in. They wanted to take over the place, and the students have to create a heist mission and find out what's going on and hopefully stop these villains. Now, I am just a casual viewer of the show. I'm not like the biggest My Hero Academia fan. I'm not like part of this big fan base. I understand why it has such a big fan base now, and I just wasn't really there. I wasn't like Star Wars or Marvel levels there of being really obsessed with it and loving this stuff so much. I wasn't like there yet. I was more into One Punch Man and Dragon Ball. But after watching this movie, I want to know more about this show and the manga. This was fantastic. I had such a good time with this movie. And I feel like if you were never that into the show or manga, I feel like after watching this movie, you're going to be really invested into it. These characters felt so rich. I knew them before. I understand where their characters developed already from the show, and having it progress from there to this movie to see what places this movie takes these characters, I thought it was really intriguing. And All Might and Izuku and their chemistry together in this movie was fantastic. I loved the student and teacher relationship that they had. It felt so rich, and it was one of the best moments in the entire movie. And they just stole the show from me. I wanted to see more of them, and I'm glad I did, especially in the final act, in the final battle. And I have to say, the action sequences here are so well animated and directed. It felt like these animators took their time and took such good care on making sure the action is just as good as it is. The music is enthralling. I love it. And all this coming together, it was just so good. I just had such a good time with it. Not just for the action, but for the characters. They were really entertaining. Especially some new ones I haven't seen before that were introduced here. It was all well done. I honestly had a hard time not loving these characters. And they were really funny. I loved their chemistry and the students together. They were so much fun to watch. And also, surprisingly, the movie does go forward and take some steps forward and basically have some dark ass scenes. There were some scenes that in the movie that just really caught my attention, surprised me, or like, oh god, this is getting really heavy. And I think it's the emotional weight the movie also has, and it was able to balance it out with the lighthearted stuff very well. And I think that's what I really love about this film is its tone. I thought it was constructed very well, and it just had a place in this movie. I only have like a few problems with it, and that's only a few scenes felt a little bit forced. And that's the introduction to Izuku's friends, who we meet later on during the middle of the movie. And the introduction just felt a little bit forced. It was entertaining, and I loved seeing these characters again, but I would have loved to see more of a way on how these kids got here. I wanted to know what they were doing. And the movie decides to recap the series a little bit before it starts, and it just felt a little bit forced, but these are just me nitpicking, trying to find problems with the movie. I overall loved this movie. I love the emotional weight. I love the characters. I love the action. It was so much fun to watch. It was well animated, well written, well directed, and I highly recommend My Hero Academia to Heroes real strong. I'm going to give this movie an A-. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games.